We're floating. Here we are. We've got ourselves on the river and it is just an amazing day. Look at that water behind us. It is just so calm. So we're just going to swing around here and show you some parts of Wellington. Good luck to the people who have got these places. It's not a bad spot. In fact, my cousin has one of them. We're going to head down, just down to the ferry, show you that, and also show you where the pull-up is for the Wellington Tavern, and have a look at the ferry, and then we'll head upstream. At Wellington, I do love autumn. I do love autumn when there's no wind, and today you just couldn't ask for a better day. Forecasted for 24 degrees, not that now I can tell you, but it's going to be a lovely day. So we'll just swing around and have a look at some of these lovely places that we've got here. Lovely holiday shacks, houses. They're not shacks these days, or very few are shacks. Anyone that calls that a shack has got no idea what a shack is. So as we head down here, we're almost down to the Wellington Hotel. You can see there's a boat moored at the mooring, and it'll be interesting to see if there's enough room for two boats there. And just here to the left of that boat, you'll see the mooring for the houseboats. So again, you can bring your houseboat down here and have a good look. All right, we're going to turn around now. Here's the ferry crossing. I'm going to head upstream now, and when I find a place of interest, we'll do a bit of a video of that. Catch ya. All right, just slow down here. Just thought I'd show you the entrance into the Wellington Marina. Not a bad little spot. So for not limit, obviously, you should come in here. Been through here before. The depth of the water is around 2 meters most of the time when the river's at this level anyway, so obviously that changes with the river level. So you're reasonably safe to bring your boat in here. There is a service centre, which is over here to the far right. I'll wait till we get around and have a look. All right, so you can see that lovely spot over there with all the pelicans sitting on it. That is where you can pull up. You can get fuel there, and there's a few basic supplies. So this is the Wellington Marina. There's a whole speed limit in here of 4 knots. So if you happen to own one of the houses on the fingers that come out into the marina, you're not going to come out and ski from your front yard. An advantage and disadvantage, nice and quiet, but if you want to ski from your front yard, perhaps not really what you want. But anyway, a nice spot. Just checking the water depth here. Again, we still are running at 2 meters. I'm not going to show you all of this because, to be honest, it's if you want to have a look. Come and put your boat in the water. Come down and have a look. Not bad. You can see there's fingers leading out, which has got houses on it, and very nice, really, especially on the daylight today. One big issue you do have down here in winter is the southerlies, which can be a bit ferocious and pretty cold. So just to give you a bit of history on this and why I'm actually doing this trip, I've had years of experience on the river, right from the age of a teenager. So especially the lower parts from here and right up until Renmark. I've been on it a lot. So where I tell you something, I'm not taking it just out of the top of my head. It comes from experience. So that was just a quick look. We're going to head out now. So we're now going to head off upriver, and we'll pull up at Fred's Landing, which was where we were the other day or yesterday, and I'll show you that from the waterside. And from there then we'll head up towards Tailem Bend. So that was only about 10 minutes or so, and we've shut up here, and we're now at a place that is basically Placid Estates, and I think it's Wash Pool, if you have a look there. So Placid Estates. Now to get in here, it's a private road that leads in, so not sure of complete of the legalities, but I'm guessing that these are all on a community title owned by one person or one corporation, and then each of these are their own subtitle, strata title or community title. Some lovely shacks here. Again, they're not shacks, they're houses. When you're along here, just respect people's private property. And your houseboat, don't pull up at their mooring, unless of course you've got an emergency, and then that makes sense. But just respect people's land. And anyway, we'll just shoot up a little bit further here. You can see they go on for quite a way, and probably just a little bit jealous, to be honest, because these are only about an hour and a quarter from Adelaide. Wouldn't be bad. Nice wide part of the river, as you can see, and the joys of a wide part of the river is good for skiing. Don't know what it's like when it's windy, however, here, and probably it's a bit choppy, but on a day like today, absolutely ideal. These would have been fairly safe in the floods because they're nice and high, and by the time the floodwaters got down to this part of the river, the floods of 22, 23, the water had dissipated out fairly wide, so there would have been no issues along here, unlike further upstream, which was quite devastating for some people. So as we can see, there's the sign, Placid Estates. We'll just shoot in a little bit closer and have a look. There it is, in fact. Oh, of course I've gone past it. There it is, next, just by that sign, Placid Estates. So again, if you're looking for a place, that's not the place that you want to launch, because in reality it's on private land. So respect people's privacy. So, just out of curiosity and just so you're aware, we're on page 10 of the Murray River Pilot, and so from Placid Estates is about the 81k mark, just as a rough guess. Very, very handy book. Very handy. To show you someone up here that's obviously building. Knock down and build. All right. So we'll head off from now and see what we can find further upstream. So we're halfway probably between Placid Estates and Tailem Bend at a guess, and I'm just going to show you. You can't get a good look at this stunning house because it's behind trees, but this is how, there's a fair bit of history in this whole place, and I really think it's just stunning to look at. And they just happen to own a lovely houseboat, which is also moored out the front. I'm gathering as this could be a friend, don't know. But anyway, I'll just pivot you around and you can just have a look. So just up there behind those trees is a stunning house with a houseboat moored out the front. Again, all this is pretty much private land, but we'll just sneak in and see if we can get a bit of a view of this place. I've been past here before and it is, I'd love to see inside it. So if the owner happens to be watching this and would like to share, so we could do a video and just show inside what a stunning place it is. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Hidden in behind the trees, and there we have the houseboat called Living the Dream. And you're dead right there. I'd be happy with either. I'd take the houseboat. Definitely take the house. As I say, we can't get a really good look at it just because it's so well hidden behind the trees. But you'll just get a bit of a view of it there. Brilliant. 2-story. Love to know when it was built. And again, this is all private land, of course. They've got a beach just here, and with the applicable signs to keep out. It's about private property. So if you're tempted when you come past here to think you're going to pull up your houseboat because it's a nice spot to do it, don't. And look at the pelicans there. They're happy. In fact, all the birds are happy today, just enjoying the sunshine. And I don't really blame them, so am I. So just looking back up the river to give you a bit of a view. There we are. What's ahead of us? So I'll catch up with you later when we get to a place of interest. Alright, we're not far away now. We're just up from upstream, north-northeast upstream from that stunningly beautiful house. And what I'm going to show you here is Fred landings from the water. Alright, so green roofed house up the top, which gives you a bit of a mark if you're shooting down river and you can aim for it. And this is Fred Landing's waterside. As I said yesterday, this is a day use area only. Toilets operate from 5 AM until 9 PM and then automatically lock. Hope you're not inside when they do. And as we saw yesterday, there's a rock along the water's edge here, so it's not a great place to pull your boat into the bank. But with a bit of care, there is a couple of spots just slightly south of the actual boat ramp that you might be able to get. Again, this is just, to me, a fabulous facility, and one that we should be glad that the whoever supplies. We'll just potter in here. So, it's a really good boat ramp because it doesn't flow, or you don't launch directly out across the river. You launch parallel to the river flow and in behind a bit of a bank, in behind that bit of bank there. So that would be, not bad. So the depth here, currently I'm in 3.7 metres of water. Just put the boat into neutral. Three and a half metres of water. You could pull up here with your houseboat. It doesn't say anything about not pulling up with your houseboat. So anyway, look, there's a bit of a look at it. Fabulous boat ramp. So what we'll do now is we'll just head back upstream again, heading towards Tailem, and just have a look around Tailem Bend, see what boat facilities we can find there. This is a good day use area for people that want to use it. Only issues with ski boats, I'm just going to run up and see if I can find a spot that you could actually nose your ski boat into, so you could use as a skiing spot. I don't know. I just want to make sure that the spot that's up here that looks like it's capable of being that is actually not private land. Which is possibly. I'll just switch you around and you can have a look. As I say, those rocks there are no good. I'm just cruising along the edge here, by the way, and the water's 3.5 metres deep. So just in here, past these reeds, there's a little gap in the reeds. When I was there yesterday, basically not bad. There's a couple of rocks there, but not a lot. So if you were careful, you could probably go in there. You'd want to have someone up the bow of your boat when you're going in though, just to make sure you don't do any damage to your boat. So this is still public land here, and I'll just shoot up past these reeds here, and there's a little bit of an indent. Which you can see just here. So I had a look at that yesterday, and that was a possibility. I'll just muscle in here and see what happens. So 4 metres of water. Alright, so the bank's coming up now. 2.5 metres of water at the bow, at the stern. .8. So there you go. You could pull your boat in there. It's about 1 metre, just under 1 metre at the stern of the boat now. So you could pull your boat in there and set yourself up there for the day. Nice. It is a nice spot. It is a very nice spot. The dog thinks so as well. Don't you, Dylan? There we have it. Fred's Landing waterside. On a day like today, with no wind. Fabulous ski spot. So we'll tootle off a little bit further now, a few upriver. So we'll head off now. Alright, I'm just 5 minutes basically up from Fred's Landing, and there's a little spot here. I'll just swim around, you'll be able to see it out the back of the boat, which if you needed to, you could probably tie up your houseboat for a night. A bit of bank, whatever else, doesn't say private property or anything like that. So I'll swing around and we'll just swing the camera around. That was just up north from, or upstream from Fred's Landing. There's rocks here, so you have to be a little bit careful. But you've also got some willows here, and the depth right out this far is 10 metres. I'm just going to back up a little bit. I can see a couple of rocks sticking out the ground, also a couple of branches, so you have to come in here fairly carefully. 9 metres here. Just edging in oh so slowly. 9 metres at the aft. Alright, 5 metres at the aft. Three metres aft. So if you're on a houseboat, your bum's probably out this far, and wouldn't be too bad. So 1.5. Alright, so for a houseboat, you could probably moor there. Nothing here, not like the banks, anything fabulous that you can sit down and have your campfire and do whatever else, but it is a place to moor up. Throw some ropes across to those willows, or to those willows, but as I say, just remember there is some limestone bits and pieces here. Just in there, so with caution, nice and slow, I think you could do it. I'm just going to come up a little bit further, and that's another spot. It's a possibility as well. Again, I can still see a couple of outcrops of limestone, but on the bank. River depth, as I say, not bad, and as we get up closer to these willow trees, I'd say that is a bit of a spot. With caution, you could use the sterns in 6 metres. As I say, you can see those rocks there that you're just going to have to be pretty careful of. There's one sticking out of the water just there. So I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to put any scratches in my hull, because they are there. So you just want to have to sit down and have someone, but as I say, back of the boat's in 2.5 metres of water. Again, remember that's at this current level. Things change on the river. But there's a possibility. When you want to be able to pull up, not surrounded by willows. So So we're just having a little bit of a look here and going over again past that. So there's another spot. Because it's on the outer side of the curvature, so there we go, there's the marker, just so you can find this when you're whatever else. Marker number 86, or 86 Ks I think it is, so all good. You could pull up, there's a few more reeds here, doesn't look like it's quite as rocky. And there is a sign up on the bank, obviously something of interest. But you could pull in here. Again, watch those rocks. Limestone's pretty unforgiving. Not bad if you're on a tinny, because not real good on fiberglass. So that's at the 86 marker. One to remember, if you're heading down between Tailem Bend and Wellington. You could fish here. Is my sonar there to go by? There's a bit around. One thing I've just found is behind the Riverside Hotel, you will see a speedboat mooring. And adjacent to that, the Riverside Hotel, is a houseboat mooring. We'll just edge in here just to give you an idea on depth. Again, remember, this is when the river's at this level. It is a changing beast, but it'll give you some idea. So you got a couple of lovely trees to hook yourself up to and a couple of posts. The depth here, 4.5 metres at the stern. So what a brilliant spot, brilliant facility with your houseboat, and then you can go for a walk up the stairs up to the riverside, have a meal, enjoy yourself, then come back and have a sleep on your boat. How good is that? The Riverside Hotel speedboat mooring. And just upstream is the houseboat mooring. We'll just nose ourselves in here to the speedboat mooring. nicely. You'll notice they put some tyres in against where the limestone is. Give you something to hit instead of scratching your boat, which is very clever. Nice spot to pull up. Bit of a walk up the hill, as you can see, but worth it, I'd say. Never been there. We might have a look on the way back. Okay, so here we are. We're just basically heading back into Wellington. Weather's still nice. So while as we head off this last bit, just give you a bit of an outline of how this trip works. So similar to what you've seen today, I'm going to be doing sections of the river and publishing them out on YouTube as a bit of a reference tool for users of the River Murray. It's hopefully something that's going to be handy and useful for people. So if you want to find out when the next one comes along, because I can't guarantee how quickly they're going to come together, it all comes down to time and weather, but do the right thing, help me out as well, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the next time I publish one, you'll get a notification and you can see that. So given today we've done easily Wellington to Tailem Bend and looked at the few bits and pieces on the way. So the next bit is I'll start off around Murray Bridge and head back down to the Glen Helen Marina where we finished up today. So we can track that bit and then head back. And obviously I'll probably do a bit north of there, a bit north of Murray Bridge, or a bit upstream of Murray Bridge as well. So it should be something that, again, a bit of a reference tool for anyone that wants to use the river. Coming up ahead of me, you'll see a lovely little bit of green, which is the boat ramp, and the trusty vetoed camper van parked up on the top. So we're just going to slowly mosey our way in here, put our nose in, and hook up. It is again. This is a very good boat ramp. So if I have to rate the Wellington boat ramp, other than the fact if it had a little jetty alongside where you could tie up, that would be absolutely brilliant, but I don't know that it needs it, although on a windy day it might make it easier. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to nudge in here and sit down and eventually go and get the car and bring it back down, and then we'll just float the boat onto the trailer and head off. What they've done along here is they've put sand along in sandbags, so you don't damage your boat as you come up against it. So that's pretty good. So anyway, we'll just shoot the back end around. Pulling into this nice little hollow here. And you really couldn't ask for a better spot. So, well done to the Coorong Council and whoever else for this facility. It's a bloody good facility, really, so well done. And there we have it. Our first bit, well, the lower bit of the the river from Wellington to Tailem Bend. It's been a pleasant day and a very enjoyable day, and I've totally enjoyed it. And I look forward to doing the next one and catching up with you on the next video of the Murray Terra as Ted's Terra Australis does an investigation of the Murray Terra, and we look at the good, the bad and the not so good. All right, good to catch up. See ya.